Today, Kenny and I are here and we want to talk to you about, is your money working for you? That's kind of the topic. And basically, long gone is kind of the day of getting a pension, or your 401k nowadays doesn't even get you enough unless you're investing it properly. So whatever you're doing, you really need to get your money working for you, unless you just want to work for the rest of your life.
This is why you trade up. When you look at people that are in their 50s and 60s and they've owned the same real estate, they don't do much with it, which is fine. And then they look at the guy and go, wow, how did he get to 250 units? The difference from him is he just kept moving and moving and moving and moving along. So he kept using the equity from his properties, whether cash out, refi, pulling it out, going to buy another one, pulling it out, going to buy another one. And you have to be disciplined with that, because a lot of people pull cash out and they pay for their lifestyle and they do this and they do that, which is fine. You're using your money and you're not reusing it. So your money you should be putting to work, you're using it on other stuff. That's basically a dead asset.
A lot of our business is based on referrals. So they're people that were referred by people we know really well, or they're clients that we've already done a lot of financing for. So sometimes we get shopped, and I encourage it, but a lot of times people won't shop us because that's our job. I mean, we're brokers, so I don't work for one bank. I look at the landscape of all of the lenders that are out there and see where they're at.
Our conversation isn't about getting in the game now. We're down here. It's about now we're in the game. We've been in the game for 6 years. Now we're doing all this. How do we step up our game? How do we go from here to here? Because he's already done here to here. Now he's gone here to here and here to here. So there's people you can sit down with to go, how to go from here to here. And that's another story. But the psyche of people of not wanting their money to work for them because they don't want to put the time in. They're scared because
they don't want to lose their money. If I owned 3,000 units, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. I will hopefully own like 35 units on our own. So my strategy at this level of the game where I'm at today is going to be different than what I'm going to be doing if I own 1,000 units or 2,000 units or 3,000 units.
Figure out what the financing is the most important, right? Unless you have cash and you're rich,
right,
and you just inherit a bunch of money, you still should be financing. Then you go meet with like a broker and figure out how that works. And then you start figuring out what type of property you want to buy. Then you figure out where would you want to buy the property.
They're going to like give you a good deal because you have this relationship with the manager. No, the banks have a box. You either fit in it or you don't. They want you to do all your paperwork. They want you to do, like, they're basically just passing things along.
Yeah, they've got a limited product availability.
So you need to grow your portfolio, you need to be strategic. So you need somebody who can help see your vision and help you to execute on it.
Like Crystal says, it's on the weekend driving properties, it's talking to brokers, befriending them, maybe referring them business and getting a relationship with them, because that broker, when they had that smoking deal, you want them to go, shit, I got to call Crystal and Kenny. They did this, that. If you're not going to do that and you think they're going to give you deals, they're not. I don't care if you're rich or this or that. They're not going to do it.
You have to think about how many other big clients all these brokers have. They all have, everybody has. I would say that every broker has at least one client that they would prefer to do business with, because that person has the money to close. You know that they're going to get the deal done. So they have certainty of execution. And here you are, the new person that might not even have enough money down. You're not sure what to do. You're questioning everything. You don't know what you're doing. You're bringing 17 people to a freaking inspection. You're doing these kinds of things. And then you've got the next guy who's like a pro, who's seasoned. You've got to figure out how to like get a broker to give you a chance, because most of the deals today are being traded off market.
I think we live today in a world where information's like rampant. You can go online, you can find out stuff. I think people learned after 2008 that, hey, I've worked for a company for 20 years, 30 years, you got cut, then your money was in the market, and then it got whacked.
Again, when it goes back to that 401k, like, that's not cash flow. You want cash flow. You want assets whenever you retire. Like, it's only getting more and more expensive to live. It's not getting any cheaper.
And, just to kind of like throw this in there, which I love, is I can only tell you this if you're, we know this, but the most amazing thing is that when you're working here and you start having your money work for you, there's nothing more amazing like when you bought that building and you rehabbed it and you added value, and then all of a sudden you're done and it's cash flowing, but then all of a sudden you get that appraisal, it's worth 500 grand more, $1 million more. You're like, holy smokes. You're like, do you know how hard I would have had to work over here to get that?
How many people do we know that are close to retirement age that sadly are going to have to keep working? Like, they just didn't make that plan. I mean, that's what we get to learn from the generations before us about like how to invest your money.
I just think you've got to change your mindset, but to get to where we are now, it's not just about money. It's about a mindset. It's about strategy. It's ups and downs. it's timing and things like that. And, you know, we have been fortunate, and we also work very hard, and we've been due diligent, and we've also surrounded ourselves by the right people that's helped us get to where we are now.